All right, let's see. Let's see if it works. It does. Hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hello. Hello, chat. Hi, Nithya. Hi, Carolette, Sandy. I'm sorry, it's Mikruli. Sorry if I butchered your name. Tammy, Claire, V-Bug, Cosmo Bear. Hello, Shelly, Tommy's girl. Emily, thank you so much, Emily. That is so sweet. That is super cute. Gifting memberships to our chat here. Thank you so much. Hello, KTD, Julie. Such an amazing community that we have built here. I'm so proud. Honestly, I love doing these. I love making videos, of course. I love editing and having my creativity show. But I really love these live streams because I get to hang out with all you guys. And I just feel so proud of the community that we have built here. We're all here for one thing and one thing only. That is justice for the victims. And we have built a cute little community here. It's awesome. You guys are all friends, and I love it. Even though we've never met each other, I feel so connected to you guys. I'm just here staring at the chat. But I love talking to each and every one of you. And like I said, I appreciate all of your thoughts, all of your opinions, and any information that you have that you add onto our community board. And I love seeing all of your furry babies. I love it. I get so giddy when I open the community chat and I see you guys send me your little fur babies or your birds. I love it. I love looking at your guys' fur babies. So please send me all of the fur baby pics. All of them every day. I don't mind if you send me a picture of your bird or your cat or your dog every single day. I love it. I mean, that's all I do anyway on my free time. I'll be sitting here by myself on the couch. I'll be like, oh my God. I have all the cats on me, by the way. And I'll be scrolling and I'm like, oh my God, cat picture. Ah, another cat. Oh my God, another kitty. It's so cute. That's all I do. Just look at cat pictures all day. So, hey, it's fine. Bombard me. Please bombard me with the cat pics. Hi, everybody. And I see that some of you can't stay for the whole thing. No worries, of course. I really appreciate you being here and I appreciate you guys watching afterwards and then adding all of your information. Like I said, we're all here because we want to know what happened and we're trying to find answers ourselves because since we didn't get them, we have no choice but to figure it out ourselves. So that's what we're all doing here. Thank you so much. Hi, hello from Australia. My 2 cats are possessed. Even better. I love it when cats are possessed. Mine are always possessed. They get the zoomies, they'll run back and forth, and then they'll start spinning. They're so possessed. They're like, they do that weird clicking thing. I love it. I love it. Especially in the morning, the sun will come through the window, and I'm on my phone. I'll just be there like, oh, hello. And the reflection, right, from the sun hits my phone, and then I'll just be playing with the cats. I'll be moving the sunlight all over the walls, and then my cats are like, I love it. That's how I spend all of my mornings. I can't even do yoga anymore because there'll be a cat on my neck or on my back. That's better, in my opinion. It's way better than doing yoga. I just get a free massage every morning. Love it. Yes. Hello, good afternoon, Genesis. Hi, everyone. Be careful, it's not NK infiltrating as a skinwalker. Love it. You guys are so funny. I love that we all have a very similar sense of humor. Of course, I mean, you wouldn't be here if you didn't like my sense of humor. Hey, we all have a very dark sense of humor, but we're still very respectful, and that is how we get through in life. I mean, how else are we going to get through? By crying all the time? Oh my God. No, hey, we all got to laugh sometimes. I love it. Love your sense of humor. We're here today because we have more information. every time that we hop on one of these live streams, we end up with more questions, but I feel like we also have answers, if anything. So we're making some progress, I think, right? I think we're making progress. Hey, at least I like to think that way. I sit here all day and all night sometimes. If I'm not editing, I'm doing this. I'm going through text messages, I'm Googling extra stuff, I'm watching videos that you guys are suggesting, anything that can find us answers. So let's go ahead and talk about the video from last night. The video from last night was the parents, Chris Watts's parents going after 450K. Now, I think that that video, it gave us a lot of information. I know that the video is old. Obviously, this happened in 2020 or 2021, but still going back and seeing everything that the family was involved in, and even if there was life insurance money, I think it's still important to see, right? I think it's still important to add it to our calendar, even anything that might be important to add. So, whether or not the family got any money, first of all, I thought it was, I mean, it was kind of gross. I mean, I don't even have words for that video. I'm glad that it was only what, like 15 minutes long, because I couldn't really even say what I actually feel. But I do feel that it was very gross. It really was. The fact that a family would even go after that money to begin with, after their son annihilated that family, which is the only reason that the money existed in the first place, is really, really just gross. It makes me feel icky about it. I really don't know what would make anybody do that, but we do know that Cindy's book, the majority of it revolves around money. A lot of it revolves around envy, jealousy, material things. A lot of it was in competition with Shanann, all the things that she accomplished, the things that she had. So I thought it was just really strange, right? Strange, ironic, kind of hypocritical that this family gave her hell throughout her entire time that she was with Chris, because of the things that she accomplished, because of the homes that she bought and all the money that she had. Yet they go after the money as soon as it becomes available. I just thought it was very scummy. It was a really hard video to make, but it had to be made. I had never actually watched it before or listened to anything that the family had done with the $450,000, but it really does paint a picture into not only Chris's background, but also the family's background, the Watts family dynamic. And it could explain a lot of the reasons why Chris did what he did, especially knowing that there were $450,000 at stake here. 450K, that's a lot of money, especially for Chris to get out of all of that debt, for Nicole Kessinger to get herself her three-car garage. "Oh, I just want a three-car garage," she tells Kevin, because Chris likes his sports cars. That's all I want. I'm not materialistic. I just want a three-car garage and a sports car. That's it. Everybody say hi to Gia. She's here. She's giving her 2 cents. So she was with me while I was filming that video yesterday, and she was a lot of my anxiety meds, actually. She's what kept me sane throughout the majority of it, because I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. So I held her, I pet her, and I sniffed her fur to make me feel better. But yeah, what do we think about the 450K? What's up with the 450K? That was crazy. I'm reading that some people think that the Watts family got 75,000. If they got 75,000, that's still a lot. They should have, I mean, they don't deserve a dime. They don't deserve a single dime. Even the 75,000, they're going to use it for what? To send it to Chris so he can buy himself his tuna spread and his expired carrot juice. He's gonna get a whole buffet for him and his little friend Chucky the cockroach. "Oh, here you go." Little cockroach crawls over. Where's the banana bread?" Well, he got himself a buffet because they got $75,000. I haven't been able to verify whether they got the $75,000 or not, but if they did, wow, wow. Um, but let's see here. Can you guys still see me? I'm getting an error message on my end. I'm just wanting to make sure that you guys can still see me. And I want to make sure that you guys can still hear me as well. All right. I just want to make sure that you guys can still hear me or see me. Is it still happening? Okay. I'm getting this really scary message up on my screen that says that the stream is not smooth and that it's not receiving any data. Um the sound is a little lower than normal. Your glitch is a bit, but we can hear you. Okay. Okay. This is what just look at this, guys. This is what I'm seeing. All right. So I just want to show you guys. This is what I'm seeing right now. And so just in case we do disconnect, on my YouTube studio and for a lot of YouTubers, we've been seeing a lot of error codes. We've been experiencing issues with uploading videos and streaming, and this has been happening since yesterday, actually. So just let me know. Oh, ugh, that sucks, you guys. It sucks that it's glitching. I don't want it to glitch. Why is this happening? I'm sorry, guys. All right. It just keeps giving me an error message and it's freaking me out. I don't like it. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore it. If I go away, you guys, I'll come back. Okay. We'll definitely come back. I still want to do this with you guys, but it's just freaking me out. Okay. Anyway. All right. Let's move on from the live stream drama. Where was I? Yeah, $450,000. If we are to believe that Chris actually wanted the $450,000 to start a new life with Nicole, I think that's a very believable theory to have because obviously he was in a ton of debt. And how was he going to move on with his life without all of that money? He needed to sell the house. He needed to get Nicole Kessinger a new house, obviously, right? It's not glitching anymore. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. And as I panicked here, I'm like, oh my God, you guys, it's not working. Uh, I even had to show you. I'm like, please, it's not me. I promise you. You guys, I'm telling you, I panic every time. I panic with these things. Technology, it's scary. This machine. Oh, what does this machine do? I don't know what it's doing. Mm. Should I touch it? Am I going to get electrified? That's something that Chris Watts would say. But hello, hello. But yeah, what do we think about this? What do we think? I love talking to all of you guys about the theory, the explosion theory, because I think it starts to make a lot of sense, especially when we see the $450,000 life insurance policy that he took out on his family before he murdered them. And that's a good question too. When was the insurance policy taken out? I know that Anadarko as an employer, they automatically sign you up for this life insurance plan that you can then um decide to not be part of if you don't want to be. But I think that Shanann had a $300,000 life insurance policy and then 75,000 for each of the girls, which totaled to 450K. But I wonder, did he up it at any time? Did he add the girls at a later time? Because if he did, then I think we have a bigger motive here, right? And that's the thing. We believe that obviously the motive was Nicole Kessinger. She was the catalyst. But if there were $450,000 at stake as well, there's an even bigger motive to get the family out into Survey 319 and to make it look like an accident rather than making her look like she left with the girls. Because if she left with the girls, there would be no money to claim because they would still be alive, right? 450K would not get him a new life. I mean, yeah, you're right. 450K would have covered a lot of his debt, but still, it's better than nothing. AJS Dream. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. All of you who have been members for 3 months, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you to all of my subscribers, everybody watching. Thank you all. You're one of, yeah. Oh, thank you. How do I send pictures of my fur kids? Oh, you send that over on the community board. Over to my channel, and then you click on the community, and then you see all of the posts. Or you can even click on posts, and then you can see all of the community posts as well. The 450K question is, what did he see in Nicole Kessinger? That is actually a very good question. Okay. Am I coming back, you guys? It's freaking me out. I'm doing a lot of weird things again on my end. I'm just gonna keep going. Claire Bear, thank you so much. Claire Bear posted the YouTube link. Go ahead and check it out. Claire Bear started Claire Bear started a Facebook page for Rabbit Hole Rocks channel. So thank you so much, Claire Bear. If you guys ever want to check out the Facebook page, go ahead and check it out. All the videos are uploaded, and Claire Bear runs that page. So thank you so much to Claire Bear for doing that for me. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm just panicking because I'm seeing this huge yellow banner on my end again. Here, let me show you guys so you guys don't think I'm like going crazy here. Yeah, see, it's just there and it's annoying me. I don't like it. It's distracting me from my live streaming. But, all right. But see, the thing is, the $450,000 question is, what did Chris see in Nicole Kessinger? I would argue that what did Nicole Kessinger see in Chris? What did Shanann see in Chris? Now, we know that what Shanann saw in Chris was that he was supportive. That was the illusion that this man gave. He was supportive. He wore the mask of a supportive partner, and that's what she liked in him. Now, I don't know what Nicole Kessinger liked in Chris because he obviously wasn't a supportive partner. He wasn't loyal as he claimed to be, and he wasn't committed. So the things that Nicole saw in him were very different from the things that Shanann saw in him. Very, very different. Two different men, completely. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right. If it goes on and off, we're not going anywhere. Okay, thank you guys. It just freaks me out. Now I have two things open and I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay. So I wanted to go over the August 13th, right? So the day of the murders, the most important day by far. It is one of our busiest days and actually one of our busiest months when we see all of the activity going on. So I wanted to talk about the 13th because these are the text messages that were sent to Cody Roberts. And this is from the day that Chris went to Survey 319 that morning. And so I wanted to go over these text messages as well as the GPS. So we want to get an idea of when Chris dug this hole and whether or not it was even possible for him to murder his whole family and dispose of them by himself in as little as, 22 minutes. 17 to 22 minutes is what I was able to figure out. But you guys let me know. You guys let me know. So I got 17 minutes from the time that Chris supposedly got to survey 319 and the time that he texted Cody Roberts. There was a gap in between, and that was 17 minutes. And that's when I think that he disposed of his family, which I would say 17 minutes is quite fast. All right. So let's go ahead and see these at the same time. Let's go ahead and pull these up. And it's really tiny, you guys, so I really hope that you guys can see it, especially if you're on a phone. I have to squint really hard. Actually, I have to I can't see. Yeah. I can't really see, so I'm going to get really, really close to the computer here. But okay. So here we have the morning at 6:31. Chris texts Cody Roberts, which I think is his boss, right? Or his supervisor. Please let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I understand it, that he is the supervisor. What is it? Cody. Yeah, Cody Roberts. Or is it his friend? Who is he? Not enough. Yeah, not enough time to dig a hole that size alone. Hi, Wings fan. Hello. Cody told CBI he was driving when his GPS says he was still at Anadarko. Right. And so see here, right? So Chris texted him at 6:31, but when we look at the actual map or the GPS, it says that Chris didn't arrive at Survey until 6:53. So he got to Survey at exactly 6:53. Chris tells Cody, no, I actually got there at 6:33, right? I'm in Survey at 6:33, but this is telling us that Chris was texting Cody Roberts at 6:33 while he's driving. So he's almost at Survey 319. He's almost at Survey 319. He's texting his friend, his coworker, yes, I'm in Survey, but he's getting there. And so once he gets there, he arrives at what is it? Where is it? 6:53. So he arrives at 6:53 at Survey 319. And he asked him, "Where are you going first?" At 6:33. Cody Roberts then replies, "DPC State." Chris replies with a thumbs up emoji at 6:34. At 6:35, Cody Roberts replies, "I need to call Chad and see if he plans on still stroking the 1029 out there to see if it'll pump up." At 6:35, he also texts, "If so, I'll have to meet him or he will have to get the Canon plugs from Tony K." At 6:35, Chris replies, "Okay, let me know before I leave here." So he's driving still. When Chris replied to Cody at 6:35, he was still driving. Thanks, Helen. Oops, sorry, Troy, on both texts from me. Yes. Yeah, all of these texts here, these are the texts from Cody Roberts. Cody Roberts, the ones that we're looking at right now. So Chris is like, "Oh yeah, let me know before I leave." But he hasn't even gotten there yet. So he's telling Cody that he already got there at Survey 319, even though he hasn't. So I think he's buying himself some time here. All right, let's look at the next set of text messages. At 6:38, Cody says, I think he might be out. I think he might be heading out there today. Phone was breaking up pretty bad. I guess I'm headed out that way to start up the 1029 and Chad will be meeting me out there. Okay, copy, says Chris at 7:10. So, this second text message is the one that I was analyzing the closest. It tells us here that Chris texted OK copy at 7:10. The following text message, the one after that, came in at 7:43. So, we know that Chris arrived at Survey 319 at 6:53 a.m. He texted OK copy at 7:10, which really, if he arrived at 6:53, from 6:53 to what, 7:10, that's 17 minutes. So 17 minutes. And then from 7:10 to the next text message was at 7:43. That is what? Like 33 minutes? And he says, "Yeah, I'm at 3:19, 1 second." Chris was so relieved Cody wasn't going to 3:19. Yes, because it gave him all the time that he needed. The two women were Nicole and her friend. Hmm. He was when he called the kids' school that they wouldn't be there. So this is interesting, right? 17 minutes is not that long. 17 minutes. So let's remember, Chris got there. He supposedly had to dig the hole. If the door, okay, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and proceed with the belief that the hole was already dug. All right. Let's say that there was already a hole there on Monday morning. So he didn't have to dig the hole. Can he still get Shanann in the hole, kill his two daughters, go to the what is it? To the oil tanks back and forth with a daughter each, right? One way each way, and do all of that in 17 minutes? Is that possible? Even with the hole? Without the hole being dug, of course, no, you can't do that in 17 minutes. It takes 17 minutes, if anything, just to dig the hole, right? So then 17 minutes is not enough time for him to dig the hole and then put Shanann's body in there. So we're going to go ahead and assume the hole was already there. Can it still be done? I think he dug a shallow hole. She was 8 inches under sand. It was very shallow. It's a lot to do with a little bit of time. I mean, it really is. Now, we see here that Chris was at Survey 319 from 6:53 till what is that? It's so tiny I can't see. 9:30. So he was there from 6:53 to 9:30. Almost 3 hours. But his coworkers had already arrived afterwards. Why was there no CCTV at Survey? It's a workplace after all. That's a good question. And he took a dump. Did that really happen? I think the reason what is it? Chow is yes, out of time. Shallow, no time left. So that's what we think, that the hole was shallow because he didn't have time? I mean, yeah, that's a good theory. That's a good theory to have. Here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some of the photos. Let's go ahead and look at this one. That is the hole there. Here, let's see. Let's go ahead and pull up. Maybe there's another one that I can find here. All right, that's a tiny hole to dig. And then putting his daughters in tiny holes like these. Can all of that be done in 17 minutes, realistically? Hello. Hi, Vicnoid. If he was alone and at least Bella was alive, he would have first taken her alive. Yes, he did. Oh my God. Where okay, where did he poop? I just don't see how anyone can poop outside right in public. Where did we get this information from? And why? Okay, if there's something psychological about him taking a poop after the murders, yeah, is there what's going on with that? Could it be when he opened this hatch? The oil fumes? He was with someone when he pooped. I wonder if leave Jim alone helped too. Maybe the hole was shallow because NK dug it on Friday. Yes, it's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Here, there's and then look at how far. Okay, so this is where the sheet was found. This is where Survey is. And so the sheet was found here, so that means that the hole was around here. So let's look at the actual distance that Chris had to walk from the burial site to his truck to the oil tanks. And let's see if we can figure out how long it would take for him to do all of this in 17 minutes. Because still, it's just it's not enough time. All right, here is the actual. All right, so here's the actual hole. This is the actual hole. Look at that. Look at how tiny it is. This is something that could have been dug up on Friday or that Saturday. I'm glitching. Am I glitching, you guys? Yeah, please let me know. I don't have that scary bar error code on me anymore. But yeah, please let me know. Yeah. So that's the tiny hole. And this is where, okay, so where my mouse is right here, that is the hole, right? That's the hole. Chris, from the looks of it, Chris parked right over here. So that means that he parked, he walked over, put Shanann in the shallow grave, came back, grabbed the blanket. He suffocated one of his girls, Cece. He walked over, climbed all of these stairs, opened the hatch, stuffed her through an 8-inch diameter hole, came back downstairs, killed Bella. It took longer to kill Bella because she fought back. He climbed upstairs, went to the second oil tank right here, the second one, opened that hatch, struggled to put Bella in that hole because via the via the autopsy reports, it shows us that she had lots of lacerations. She had bruises on her body, on her shoulder, on her butt, on the side even, right on the side of her ribs. It looks like there were scratches as well because he stuffed her into a tiny hole. And then he went back over here. Apparently he pooped. He did all of that in exactly 17 minutes. And this is why I don't believe that he acted alone, especially not when it came to this part here. Even time I try to figure this out, it hurts my brain. Every time, sorry. Yeah, every time I try to figure this out, it hurts my brain. Two others were there, in my opinion. Yes. I don't see your pointer. Oh, sorry. It's like super tiny. It's like glitchy. It's probably why. It's because it's glitchy on my end. Sorry, guys. Right. But see, this is why none of this actually makes sense. And remember, Chris is actually texting this whole time. The whole time he's texting. So this is why none of this actually makes any sense. As he's doing all of this, right? As he's walking back and forth, he's doing all of this. He's texting. Yeah, where are you at? What time are you going to come over? Oh, are you here yet? Oh, I'm still here. No, it's okay. I don't need help, he says. At 7:43, how's it look? At 7:45, he replies, fresh, LOL, with a photo of Survey 319 and the leak that he was there to repair. Notice that at 7:53, so an entire hour, a whole hour after Chris arrived, the leak is still fresh. So Chris didn't take the whole hour to fix the leak from 6:53 to 7:53. That whole time he was busy disposing of his family. But he didn't dispose of his family in the whole hour. It only took about 17 minutes. And if we're going to, let's just be generous, right? Let's just be generous with our time. Let's say it was in 17 minutes. Let's say that he was still doing it, right? During this time. Let's just go ahead and say, oh, he didn't start burying his family at 7:10. Let's say that he started earlier and he had been doing it the whole time. And let's say he was still doing that while he was texting fresh, LOL. Still, how is it possible that he's doing all of that? Fumbling with his phone? Whoop, whoop, oh, yep, I'm still here, bro. Yeah. Where are you at? Oh my gosh. Right. Looking out. Yeah. Mhm. I'm still here, bro. And there are 2 children in the car, in his work truck. And there's a body in the hole that he just put. Like, it just makes no sense. Right. Interesting he didn't have any signs of fume exposure. No signs of fume exposure. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. Tell me I'm crazy. Hey, if I'm crazy, I'm crazy. I'll accept it. Put me in a straitjacket right now. Send me to the loony bin with all of my Watts Islanders. If I'm crazy, I'm crazy. But if I'm crazy, then we're all crazy because I still don't think any of this makes sense. And then look at this at 7:55. Want me to bring some gator? We can try and pressure test the line if you want. Chris at 8 a.m. He says, I got it handled. Thanks though. 10:04. Cody Roberts says. So at 8 a.m., Chris says, I got it handled. I got it handled. He doesn't want anybody there, obviously. Obviously, he doesn't want anyone there because look at what he's doing. He's disposing of his family. Let's see the next text message. So this is actually from Sunday. So this is from the Sunday before. So let's leave that one for later. We'll go ahead and add that one to the calendar, but let's just for now let's stick to the 13th. Okay, so what do we actually think happened here? Now that we have the map and the text messages, what do we actually think happened and what can we go ahead and put in the calendar? We're all a little crazy. Yes, we're all a little crazy. We all have to be, right? Especially for those people who tell us, oh, this is case closed. Chris killed his family. It's fine. No one else was involved. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be crazy all by myself then. I'll just go down this rabbit hole all by myself. No. All right. What do we actually think happened? So let's go ahead and go back to the calendar. Let's go back to the calendar and let's see the text messages and let's go ahead and see if we can add any of this to this calendar. So at 6:53, Chris arrived on Monday, okay? And then at 7:53, he said that the leak was still there. So he didn't fix it. So it took him, if we're going to be generous, let's give him an hour. It took him 1 hour to dispose of his family. But In reality, it took him about 17 to 30 minutes. He himself, Chris himself, said that it took him about 30 minutes. So, can that actually be done in the amount of time that he said he did it? I think Nicole set everything up in terms of Survey 319 along with Jim. Yes. Yes. I think so too. And it's right here. So on this day, on the day of Friday the 10th, is the same day that Nicole had a baseball game, which was supposed to be her alibi. It was also the same day that Chris and Nicole Kessinger didn't talk on the phone. Let's remember that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Nicole Kessinger's phone calls so that we can um, go ahead and have them side by side here. Okay, let's see. All right, and then we have Nicole Kessinger's phone calls. All right, let's pull this up. This is on August 10th. All right. So here we have August 10th are all the phone calls. Look at that. Only one. Only one on Friday. No calls to Chris except for at nighttime, and no calls to Jim. Now, if we are going to believe that they went out on their own to dig up the hole, I think that is believable. And if we're going to be looking at whether Nicole Kessinger was at the baseball game or not, we can just look at her phone records to see if she was at the baseball game or not. Yes, because they were all together. He could only carry Shanann down the stairs on his own, and they want us to believe he got her in a truck on his own? Nope. Yeah, sand is not that easy. It always flows back. And that's the truth, especially out there at Survey. The thing is that the sand out in Survey is really tightly packed. I mean, it's an oil field. And you get a lot of rain, or I shouldn't say you get a lot of rain. You get rain, you get some precipitation out there, but then that turns the soil incredibly hard. And so there wasn't any precipitation before, right? Around this time, not that I've seen, but it did rain while Shanann and the girls were already at Survey. So even when we think about the soil and how compacted it was, how long would it take Chris to dig up the hole if the soil was compacted that morning, or if it was compacted on Friday? Or was it Nicole Kessinger and Jim who went out there and dug up the hole? These are all the questions that we have. Hey, Rox, would love to know where the phones were pinging. Yes. Yeah, I suspect leave Jim alone because Jim was an issue. Yes, exactly. But yeah, look at this. So I thought this was really interesting. Friday, for some reason, Friday is a very interesting day. Now, let's go ahead and pull up that one text message, the one from Cody Roberts that I said I would pull up, because this is where we'll see the day of, right? So we're going to see that Sunday. Um Here, let's see. Standing right next to him, it says. Okay, look at this. So, it says, "Did Troy talk to you about what I had found out there Friday afternoon?" Chris says, "Yep." Standing right next to him, he says. Okay, so this is Cody. Cody is asking Chris if he knows what Troy and Cody were talking about. So Chris is currently with Troy at the parking lot picking up the fire stick. And he tells him, "Yes, I'm standing next to him right now. I was giving him his fire stick to look at. I can go out there though. No sense in both of us going out there. LOL. Right? No sense in both of us going out there. Troy's right here. It's fine. I already gave him his fire stick. And then Cody says, "All right, sounds good, man. I appreciate it. I think I still have a couple conies left out there. I can let you know in the morning and let me know if you find anything at the 319. If not, we may pressure test the BP line and see if it's leaking underground." Copy that, says Chris. So this alone is very suspicious to me. I think it's suspicious that they happened to pick up the fire stick on the same day that Chris found out about Survey 319 via Cody and Troy. Also, the same day that Nicole Kessinger doesn't have any calls between Jim and Chris. All of it's circumstantial evidence, by the way. All of this is circumstantial. But it's too circumstantial and too coincidental for it not to be anything, in my opinion. All of this stuff you're saying, I'm in the oil field. Yes. Yeah, the last lazy. The last lazy has experience with the oil field. Yeah, anything that we should know, any additional information about oil fields. I do find it strange that there were no CCTV cameras there because why aren't they there? It's a huge oil field. There are employees out there. Crazy stuff can happen. I mean, I would have CCTV cameras just because of, right? Like any accidents can happen. What was Nicole Kessinger's role there? Oh, she's a safety person. I'm the safety officer. Why didn't Nicole Kessinger put cameras up there? Isn't she the safety officer? Right? For safety reasons, I would think that they would at least have that. I think the leak was genuine. Okay. We think the leak was genuine? I thought the leak was probably fake. I thought I still think actually. I still think that the leak was planned. I think the leak was a reason for Chris to get out there himself. There are so many tanks. Do we think the leak was coincidental? I think it was part of the plan. Since Chris knows, I think that once he figured out that he was going to get rid of his family and where they were going to dispose of them, especially if we're going to consider the $450,000 payout, there was a plan to get the whole family to Survey 319 and create this explosion and make it seem like an accident. So if that was the case, then Chris had to have gone out there and make it seem like the leak was something that was just happening. But if the whole plan was to get the family out to Survey 319 and blow it up, then there had to be a reason for them to get out there in the first place. And that would be a leak. So for me, I think it was staged. I think it was pre-planned. I don't think it was a coincidence whatsoever. Because again, it's too much. This is a very complex murder that these people were planning on doing, right? Allegedly, these people. But let's just say, right, if it's just Chris alone, this is a very complex murder. There's three people that are, right, three bodies. One of them was in the stomach of the other person, right? Three bodies that you have to hide. All of this has to, it, for all of this to actually work, it had to be planned to the T. And for Survey 319 to be coincidental and for him to just decide, oh, I think I'm just going to dump them there because there's a leak there already, I think it's not plausible because it would take way more planning for it to be coincidental than for him to pre-plan it and say, yes, this is where I'm going to dump my family. I'm going to make sure that I blow it up. But for that, there has to be a leak first. I think if anything, that makes more sense than for it to be coincidental. But you guys let me know, right? This is just me and my thoughts out here to you all. And that's why I'm doing this with you guys so that you guys keep me sane. You guys tell me, "No, Rocks, that's stupid. I don't believe that." Or you will tell me, "Yeah, no, that's plausible." You guys keep me sane. And like I said, if we all end up in the loony bin together, hey, at least we're all there together. Right? Hey girl, you take your meds yet? Yeah, I took the little blue pill. What about you? Oh, I took the little tricolored one. Yeah, it has blue, pink, and purple. I love it. I wonder what that one's for. Oh, it's probably for my lobotomy. I'm getting ready for my lobotomy. It's probably just to calm my nerves, girl. But we'll talk about Chris later, okay? We're knocking at each other's doors, right? It's all padded. The padded walls were like boop 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 boop. Hey girl, you hear me? Boop 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 boop. Can you hear me, girl? No? Oh, I can hear you. Wait, is that just my brain? Am I going crazy? That's going to be all of us. We think we're talking to each other, but we're really not. We're talking to ourselves because we're all crazy. Yes, maybe we'll figure it out with nothing else to do together in the loony bin. Yeah, we have nothing else to do, right? No dishes to wash. We don't have to clock into work anymore. We're there all day. I have all day. I already took my meds. I drank my juice. Yeah, my little apple juice. Yeah. I already brushed my teeth. Let's talk about it now. We have nothing else to do. Oh, I have to go play chess at like 4 p.m., I think. But after that, I have the rest of the day. Yeah. I'll bring the snapping turtles. Troy lied about his whereabouts as far as when he left Anadarko that morning. But for what reason? That's a good one. Troy lied. So yeah. So check out the 10th is a very interesting day. And I think the 10th is the day that most of us believe that the hole was dug up, right? I think that's the day that it happened. And let's go ahead and look at the other text message from Chris. Oh yeah, this is the one from earlier. So this I should have had this one up first, but this is where he tells Chris, "I have the whip checks for the Survey 629. I'm going to go straight out there from my house in the morning," Chris says. "I will look at the 319 as well and run the 1129 if you want." Right? And this is where he says, "Do you know what I found in the 319?" Right? And he says, "Yep, standing right next to him, LOL." So Chris had already mentioned to Cody that he was going to go check out the 319. Cody tells him, "Oh, do you know what I found out there?" Chris says, "Oh, I already know. I already know because Troy told me I'm standing right next to him." So all of this sounds pre-planned to me. This is why it sounds pre-planned. Chris was already talking about going out there. And then Cody tells him, "Oh, but there was a leak." And Chris is like, "Oh, so weird. There's a leak. I wonder who did that? Who started the leak? I don't know, but I can go out there if you want." It all sounds like a plan. Claiming he was looking for a wrench. Yeah, the fire stick is really sus. Very suspicious. And those were all of Cody Roberts' text messages. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 text messages from him. And they were the Sunday leading up to the murders and then the morning of. So that is what we have from Chris, between Chris and Cody, the morning of the murders, while he was supposedly checking the Survey 319. So, what do we think? Was Troy supposed to be setting things off on Tuesday, but didn't because of the water guy? Huh, that's an interesting question. Would be interesting to know who had all the Survey 319 in the week leading up to this. Who all had been. Oh, right. Yeah, I wish we had all of those details to see who was at Survey 319, whether it was Troy or Cody or Chris, anybody else that was up there that we may have some details on. I love my job. The general manager thinks I'm busy on my laptop. Love it. You are busy. Hey, this is work. Do you know how much work this is? You got to tell them, hey, this is way more work than what you're wanting me to do. This takes a lot of brain power. Look at how many of us are participating. Look at how many of us are putting our time and effort into this calendar. It's because it's a lot of work. Yes. All right. So we've gone through those text messages. Now let's go through the other text messages. These are the text messages between Chris and his other coworkers. This is the one between, or sorry, not his coworkers. This is the next ones are the ones with Christina. And then we also have the realtor and we have Kelly. So here we go. We have text messages with Christina the day of. And let's go ahead and read Christina's text messages. All right. So on the morning, so at 10:10, what is going on? Where are you? We are so worried. Cops are here. Call you when I know. Thank you. This was at 10:10 in the morning. That's because Shanann had already missed her appointment. Cops are here. I'll let you know, Chris says. This is where it gets a little weird, right? So this is at 10:10 in the morning. We know that Nicole Atkinson arrived at the Watts residence at around noon. So at 10:10, people already know that there's something up with Shanann. But Chris is already like, yeah, I don't know. And cops are here. And then at 2:55, so remember at 2:44 p.m. is when Nicole Kessinger got that text message from Chris about, oh, so ridiculous, they would freak out. At 2:55, Christina asks him, anything? And Chris says, police searched the house up and down. Missing persons report filed in the morning. More than likely, he says. This is so unlike her. I'm extremely worried. We are praying for all of you. Thank you, Christina. I'm praying so hard right now. Thank you, Christina. I'm praying so hard right now, he says. I'm praying so hard, except we know we have an idea of when this text message was sent, right? Why don't we go ahead and watch how hard he was praying? This is, again, this is just something I love to do. I love to do this by myself when I'm not here with you guys. I'm like, oh, okay, he was praying. Let's watch him on camera. Him praying. Yeah. Is this him praying? Is this him praying? Is this him praying? Uh, you gotta rig it, jimmy it with a screwdriver. Is that how he is that how he prays? I doubt it. But yeah, he said that he was praying so hard. So let's just go ahead and pull up Chris Watts praying so hard as he's watching himself on camera. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking for the video. I'm looking for the video. Here it is.
Flathead screwdriver.
A flathead screwdriver. Yeah, flathead screwdriver. All right. So here we have. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? Okay. All right. Here we have Chris. This is at around the time that Nicole Kessinger sent him that text message, right? Remember the text message that he sent to her. Let's see. Then go ahead and pull it up. All right. Let's see. All right, sorry guys, give me a second while I pull up the text messages. Uh, where are they? All right, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Okay, and here it is. All right, there we go. Okay, here it is. Okay, so at 2:44, Chris sent Nicole Kessinger this text message, right? And we've already watched this alongside with Chris. We know exactly the time that he sent that message. So let's go ahead and watch it here.
Over there, and it was just like.
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would
Yeah, if
have.
it would have been like right in that area, it should have picked. I mean.
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
You know where that tree there too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But like, you'll see this car.
What security system do you have?
Extreme this car. You can see this car starting to drive down the street.
That one.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? It picks up all the way down there.
That's cool.
He's next door.
Can we go?
I was talking about dispatcher. It'll be code 4.
Cause yeah, we can pick up cars coming this way. I get anything coming this way and making this turn.
Wow.
So, and usually at night I pick up the cars pulling a U-turn. So, unless they pulled right here,
Yeah.
but I would have caught her walking out. Diesel.
Here's good.
You see all that praying that he's doing? He's praying so hard. Here, let's fast forward to the time that she texted him, which was at 2:55. So let's go ahead and move fast forward. Oh, we might not see it because, well, so it was around this time.
In this area, we had got it on camera with her coming in and out and stuff.
Possibly. I mean, it didn't pick her up going in from when you dropped her off.
But I did wait. I know she made it in the house because I waited till she shut the front door.
Right. But his video just showed you
Yeah, I know.
backing out, so there's a gap there.
Yeah.
All right. So where is Chris right now? We can't see him. So unfortunately, we can't really add that there because of, we just don't have Chris's face here, but we are able to kind of have an idea of when Chris was sent this text message. So this text message was from Christina, which is Shanann's friend, asking, "Hey, what's going on? This is unlike her." And Chris is saying, "Thank you, Christina. I'm praying so hard right now." Except we know that he's not praying at all. He is running around the house like a chicken without a head, trying to hide evidence, trying to seem innocent, like nothing happened. He's trying to act normal, even though he's not normal at all. And this is what he was doing. So meanwhile, he's in the house. Who knows what he's doing? But his friend, Shanann's friend is texting him, "What is going on?" And this is what he says: "I'm praying so hard right now." Wow. Isn't that crazy? See, when you actually see what is happening, it is insane to see it side by side. Here, we're seeing the same thing in the PM. So this was at night. I'm sorry. I know it's late, but I wanted to know if there was any news. Again, this is Christina. This is Shanann's friend asking for any news. at 10 p.m. because Chris doesn't even care. He's like, whatever. People are asking about Shanann. Who cares? Whatever. Everyone from all the way from Maine to Florida, everyone in the East Coast, all over the world asking about Shanann. Whatever. I'm just not going to let anybody know about her. But here the friends are asking. Chris says, no news yet. I will let you know as soon as I know anything new. And this was at 1:25 a.m. 1:25 a.m. What should we do now, guys? I'm going to pull up Nicole Kessinger's phone calls. Yes, exactly. Pull up Nicole Kessinger's phone calls. Duh. Let's pull up Nicole Kessinger's phone calls and see why Chris took hours to reply to Christina. It's probably because he was on the phone with Nicole Kessinger. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's compare and contrast. All right. So on the 13th, look at that. Look at that. Okay. So Christina sent him a message at 10:43 p.m. But Chris was on the phone with Nicole Kessinger for 50 minutes. And then on the phone with Nicole Kessinger again at 11:09 p.m., which is why he didn't text her back until 1:25 in the morning. Look at that. Let's look up the other missing text messages. Look at that. So this is what's crazy, right? Chris Watts is talking on the phone with Nicole Kessinger. They're probably going over the things that happened in the day. As people that are worried about Shanann and the girls are texting him, and he's seeing those text messages and he's completely ignoring everything because he's talking to Nicole Kessinger about whatever happened the day prior. This is insane. Text messages from Nicole Kessinger. Okay, this is it. Okay. This is the other one, right? On the 14th. Here we go. Look at that. On the 14th, he was on the phone with Nicole Kessinger for 31 minutes. It was an incoming call. So he called her, right? He called her at 12:08 a.m. So he called her back. He had already seen Christina's text message and completely ignored it. He called Nicole Kessinger back instead. And then look at that. At 1:12 a.m., Nicole Kessinger calls him. They talk for 3 minutes, and then as soon as they hang up, that is when Chris decides to text Christina. Isn't that interesting? Don't text her yet. You're talking to me. Hello. We're trying to figure out how to get out of this. Okay? You need to tell me why that kid was running all over the apartment. Why was he going up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs? Who was he? Did he find the phone? Ugh, Chris. Really? No. Don't text back. Hold on. We need to figure stuff out first, and then you can text back. Right? That's the idea that I'm getting. That's kind of what I get the feeling that was happening. He texted her back. And then look at that. They go back to talking on the phone. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever, Christina. No news yet. I will let you know as soon as I know anything. Send. All right, let me call my girlfriend again. Hello, Nikki? Hi, Nikki. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just had to send out a quick text message. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. What did you want me to write down? That's a lot of what was happening, I think, in my opinion. So this is what was happening, right? And the next morning, good morning. Has missing report been filed yet? All right. Now, this is at 6:19 in the morning. Let's look at this. Let's look at the phone records. In the morning, nothing. On the 14th, there was nothing. It was the last time that Nicole Kessinger and Chris spoke on the phone, was on the 14th at 2 in the morning. It should be filed now. I talked to the detective about 2 hours ago, said Chris Watts. It should be filed now, he says. This is the husband. And he's like, yeah, I guess it should be filed. I don't know. Ask my assistant about what you're asking me. What in the world? The friend is more worried than Chris. Look at the hours that she's texting him. Hey, have you heard anything? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe. Call back at a later time. I don't have all the details. And then all the crying faces. Thank you. I just don't understand this. It makes no sense, she says. This is a friend who is worried sick about Shanann and the girls. And look at Chris. I don't know. I think it's odd. Isn't it? You're so right. It's so not like her. Wow. All right, let's pull up the other text messages. All right, so let's pull up these. So it says, I don't understand this either, says Chris. And then on the 14th at 7:46 a.m., it's all over the news and Facebook. Any other news? What can we do? Yes, it was all over the news and Facebook. And that's why Nicole Kessinger knew about it. This is why she tells the police, I found out because of the news, because it was already on the news, except Nicole Kessinger knew because she was involved, in my opinion. But this is the excuse that she uses. She says it's because it was on the news. And here we very clearly see that Christina is telling Chris that it's on the news. So this was very perfect for Nicole to use this as an excuse. That is why she went in on the 15th. It was only because, oh, it's on the news now. Chris tells me that he doesn't know where his family is, but now that it's on the news, now I'm concerned, she says. The whole world more worried than him. Ugh, evil. Yes, exactly, Emily. This is so hard, but I blame stupid luck, not criminal genius. I blame the CBI's incompetence on allowing NK to steamroll the whole investigation. Absolutely, V-Bug. CBI, yes, incredible incompetence that we saw there. Yes, fishing for information. Okay, so here we see doing interviews with the news, says Chris Watts. Okay, now this is on the 14th. We've already seen that video. It's of him when he's getting ready to talk in the front porch sermon. And his friends, Nick and Amanda Thayer, are there. So that's what he's saying. I'm doing the news. I'm hurting for them, says Christina. Done with all the interviews, says Chris. Look at that. I'm hurting for my friends. I'm hurting for my friend and her children. Where is she? Hi, Christina. I'm done with all my interviews. How is it going over there? How are you holding up? What can we do? Dogs swept the house for scent and they are on a patrol. My heart is racing, honestly. So much activity here. Look at the way he's responding to these text messages. At 7 a.m, my heart is racing, honestly. So much activity here. None of his messages are about Shanann and the girls. None of them are about, oh, my heart is racing. I hope they're okay. It's been 24 hours now. And usually after 24 hours, it's scarier to find people. Nothing. No, nothing about that. I just finished my interview. Congratulate me. I just finished my interview. I was on TV. I'm famous. No. Yeah, the detectives were here. The dogs were here. That's what he replies to Christina. Next one. This is so scary, says Christina. Very scary, says Chris. How can we help? Says Christina. Chris. Just pray. They have the dogs now. Just pray, says Chris. I'm praying so hard. Just pray. Did you call the friend that she was supposed to go see? She didn't tell me which friend at all, says Chris. She was being very closed off at that point. How believable is this supposed to be? Oh, I don't know what friend. She told me she was going to a friend's house. She's been gone for 24 hours now, but I don't know. She didn't tell me. She was being so closed off. Are we supposed to believe? Is anyone supposed to believe this? Chicken and carrots. I'm praying so hard I can get away with this. Exactly. Yeah. And when he's saying my heart is racing, yeah, it's racing for him because he's about to get caught. And the last text message from Christina. Again, any news? I'm sorry. I know you probably bombarded. I've seen interviews. I just don't know what to do, says her friend. I know you are going through a lot. I'm so sorry. Please let us know how we can help. Chris says, sorry, I was meeting with the FBI for the last 4 hours. They've taken over the case. Oh my God, what they say? What's next? And then on Wednesday, he says, they're just getting every resource they can here and getting the girls and Shanann found. This was on Wednesday. So this was on the day that he was about to get arrested. Look at this text message. It came in at 3:47 a.m. At 3:47 a.m. on Wednesday, we know that Nicole Kessinger and him were not talking anymore. Wednesday was the 15th. Let's look at Nicole Kessinger's phone records. On the 14th, so this would have been, yeah, so around midnight, right? So here we are. Nicole Kessinger talked to Jim that day, but then let's see. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. You see that? No calls really. 2 p.m. And then at 5:41 a.m. that Wednesday, she's talking to someone else in Denver. Right? So Chris was up at 3:47 in the morning. He couldn't even sleep. Shanann, what is it? Yeah, Shanann and the girls are still not found. They're still looking for them everywhere, and he can't sleep. But Nicole Kessinger is not talking to him anymore. So this is where Chris Watts is probably already thinking, this is it for me. I'm going to go to prison. I'm never going to be able to talk to Nicole Kessinger ever again. Because we see him texting at 3:47 in the morning. Those are the text messages from Christina. All right. So now we are going to see the text messages from the realtor. The text messages from the realtor are very interesting in that even the realtor knew that there was something wrong. Chris is the only one that is like, oh, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yes. He took the Lexus out on Saturday night. Chris Watts can't sleep because Nicole Kessinger is ghosting him. Yeah. Yes. Yes, that phone activity slowed rapidly. Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. Look at this. Isn't that interesting? It's interesting how quickly. Look at the phone activity. Look, the 14th, the 15th, look at how many calls there are, and then the 16th. When before, look at this. Remember all of these? Look at that. Look at all that activity. The first, August 1st is almost half the page. Look at this. Radio silence. Nothing. Her phone calls with Jim also go away, mysteriously enough. Oh, I don't need Jim anymore. Weird. Really weird. But here we are with the the text messages between the realtor. Hi, I'm working on your market analysis. I would like to bring my listing coordinator with me when I bring it. Did you finish the basement? Any other upgrades? So we know that they were working on the basement. Chris says, basement is still unfinished. No other upgrades. And then the realtor tells him about a house on Saratoga Trail, that it's kind of the same model as the house that they currently have. And then here we are with the 3-car garage. 3-car garage, I will drive by 6508 when I get home. This is Chris Watts talking to the realtor on the same day that his family is missing. Now notice, it's 12:27 p.m. on Monday. So he's still not home. He's telling he's telling the realtor, "Oh, I'll check it out when I'm home." But notice that he texted the other friend, who was it, Christina, at 10 in the morning saying, "Cops are here. I'll call you when I know." The cops weren't even there yet. That's the thing, the cops weren't even there yet. The cops did not get there until noon. At 12:27, he was driving back, probably about to dump his clothes. Yes, exactly. Proof NK is smarter. Proof that she was the mastermind. Exactly, Emily. And that's mostly what we're trying to do here. All of this is us trying to understand what actually happened and the timeline, but also we're really just here trying to make the case that it wasn't Chris Watts who was the mastermind. It couldn't have been because he's too stupid to do so. Are you sure that the text he said the cops are there was at 10? That's weird. Yes. All right. That is weird, right? And these are the things, again, it may seem like something small, but it kind of isn't. Let's look at the text message again. This is at 10:10. What is going on? We are so worried. Cops are here, he says. Cops are here. But we know video here. Look at the time. So this is the wrong time, right? We know that 20, it was 20, right? But it was actually 20 means 2. So 1, so this is actually 1, right? I'm sorry if I'm confusing you all. What I mean is the time at the top is wrong. So 2038 would actually be around 7 p.m. or 7 or 8 p.m. or something, but it's not. The time is actually 2 p.m. So that means that this time is 1 p.m.
How you guys doing? What's that?
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
How you been?
Hi.
You Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend,
All right.
and I
Actually, oh, that's a good point. Wait, Christina lives in Hawaii. So if it was 10:10 her time, it's 2:10 his time. Oh, awesome. Thank you. That's yes, thank you. Because that was the other question. I was gonna ask, does she live in the East Coast? Because if it's in the East Coast, then this would also be off. But it makes sense if she's in Hawaii because she's way behind. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. 4 hours behind. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cosmo Bear. All right. So yes. So at 10:10 a.m., this is Christina's time. So 10:10 a.m. Christina's time. She's in Hawaii. Love it. I'm glad that we know she's in Hawaii. So this makes sense. It's 4 hours behind. So it's 2:10. So it is around the same time. So it makes sense that he's saying cops are here, call you when I know, because it's exactly at around this time that these text messages are coming in. Perfect. Hey, see, this is why we do this together, because I was like, I don't know where Christina lives. But if she was on the East Coast, 10:10 makes no sense. Yes, Cosmo. Cosmo is the real MVP here. Well, all you guys are. All you guys are. You guys are all amazing. But yeah, thank you for that information. So, right. So now we see that. We see that text message from Christina. And so here is, yeah, and then here's the last one. So here's the last one that we're seeing. So when we were looking at the time, so now let's go back and look at the time for the other one then, just to make sure that it was not incorrect. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so this one. So this is the So this one came into her phone at 3:47 a.m. Okay, so now given that she was 4 hours behind, right? She's 4 hours behind. Chris is 4 hours ahead. So that means it's what? 6, 7? So it's actually 7 a.m. when Chris sent this. Is that correct? I just want to make sure that we are all correct on the times here because now there's like different time zones and stuff and it gets confusing. Yeah, let me know. I just want to be on the same page now before we look through all these other messages. So that means that yeah, so if this text message came through at 3:47 a.m. her time, that means that Chris was already awake. It was already 7:47 his time. So from the Easter Bunny, beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you, the last lazy. Aw, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it was 7:45 a.m. Okay, got it. All right. Sweet. Okay, so now we know. So Chris sent her this at 7:47 a.m. on Wednesday, right before he was supposed to go in to see the police the same day that he got arrested. And Wednesday the 15th is also the same day that Nicole Kessinger went in for her first interview with the police. So let's go ahead and add that. I think we have some stuff now to add onto the calendar. And like I said, this is why I love doing this with you all because these things get confusing and I love that we were able to figure out where Christina lives. Yes. The Ruseks might have just suffered enough and just wanted closure. No, is only there that morning, but hey, she said nothing to do with, yeah, okay. I don't know why. Maybe they were told not to or just went to a different direction. Oh, hello, Ashley. Hello. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're all here trying to figure out these text messages. All right, do Cassie's text now. All right, and let's go ahead and check out the other text messages. So we have, oh, right, we were doing the realtor, right? We were doing the realtor who is actually in Colorado. Had and use the same time zone for her. And we went through these text messages, then we went through these as well. So we have the 3-car garage. We also have this one, right? Thanks, Chris. Not a lot of comps. I have a call into that realtor to see what it's sold for. It's under contract. And then Chris says, "Thank you so much, Anne." It's coming in from a different chat number now, right? And then, oh, thank you. I appreciate you, D. And then here we are. Okay, all right. I'm waiting to hear back from the agent then. We can set a time to meet. Thanks for checking on that. You're welcome, says Chris. Oh, he's being so helpful. You're welcome. Don't suspect that I did anything to my family. And it's funny because as soon as he says, "You're welcome," everything is cool down here. Oh, the cops are not looking for my family or anything, realtor. As soon as he says that, the realtor says, "Is Shanann okay? She hasn't weighed in all day. She hasn't been around all day. It's very odd," says Chris. "That's really weird. You must be worried. Have you checked with her friends or called and reported her missing?" says the realtor, the lady who only cares about selling a house and getting some commission money from it. Mind you, okay? This lady, her job is to get commission. Sell as many houses as you can so that you can get some commission. This lady is more worried about Shanann than the husband. This is what is so crazy about this case is how stupid Chris Watts is. Is Shanann okay? No, she hasn't been. It's really odd. So odd. That's really weird. Have you reported her missing? I've done it all, says Chris. Police are handling it now. Send prayers, he says. Notice that that's all he says to people. Send your thoughts and prayers, please. I've done it all. I've done it all, he says, as he's telling the realtor, oh, yeah, when I get home, I'll check out that address. Which one is it? Oh, it's the one on the 16th and 1st. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. No worries. Send me 3 more. I have all the time in the world to go check out houses. My family is missing, but whatever. The police have it. They're handling it. Send me more homes, please. And then look at the realtor. She says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Lots of prayers. The realtor. Again, this is the lady who her job is to sell homes and she gets some really nice fat check from it. Nice commission money. How do I know? Because I tried to be a realtor once. I try to sell real estate because I'm like, you know what? Whatever, I can sell some homes. No, I couldn't. I could not. I'm just not really good at selling things. So then I started doing retail instead. But yeah, this is the realtor lady. Chris is like, I don't know where she's at. It's so odd. All in the same day. What do you guys think about that? He's so stupid. He's so stupid. If Jim didn't call her, maybe it would have gone a different way because there would have been no pain. Okay. Now we have Kelly's friends. Now, for those of you who know, where is Kelly? Where is she located before we go down the time zones? I don't want to go down the time zone rabbit hole if we have the time zones wrong. So before we do that, where does Kelly live? I can't sell anything either. Yeah. I'm just not really good at selling used cars and houses and stuff like that. I'm not good at that. I can definitely sell things at a retail store. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really pretty. I have 5 of them at home. Here, try it on. Oh my God, it makes your eyes stand out. Oh, yes, definitely. I would take 3. Yes, take 3 of them. They might sell out. Yeah, you want me to ring you up? Okay. See, that's how I know how to sell. Oh my God. I love that color on you. I love it. You should get 5 more. We're having a sale. Yeah. 5 for 10. Yeah, you should get all 5 of them. But selling houses, no. I'm like, yeah, this is a house. It has a roof. It only leaks occasionally. Yeah. It's haunted, but only sometimes. Just close your eyes. You won't even know they're there. It's also $1 million. So do you want to sign now or later? Selling homes and cars too. Oh yeah, this is a car. It got into 5 different crashes. I wouldn't get it. It's not reliable. It doesn't even have wheels. No, I wouldn't even buy it here. I would go somewhere else. That's why I'm not good at selling cars either. But okay, do we know where Kelly is from? Do you know Kelly's last name? Kelly's last name. Do we know Kelly's last name, guys? I can sell anything. Oh, sweet. You can sell anything. Who is Kelly? Kelly it's spelled Kellie. That is Shanann's friend and per the discovery, so here it is. This is what was in the discovery under her file. This is Kelly here. Oh, here it is. Kelly Burke. Her name is Kelly Burke at Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport. Is she in New Orleans, you guys? Is that where she's from? 30 years of friendship right here. I love this girl so much. I love you, Kelly. I'm so glad you came. But this is Louisiana, so it's probably not. I don't know much about her. Okay. Who is Kelly or Cassie? Isn't Cassie is her friend from Broomfield, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But Kelly is her friend from Broomfield, the ones, or sorry, not Kelly, Cassie. Cassie is her friend from Broomfield, Colorado, the ones that she and Chris stayed with when they moved to Colorado. Cassie lives in Florida, or sorry, Arizona. Okay. All right. So we're narrowing it down. Let's narrow it down. So Cassie lives in Arizona. And Kelly lives in where? San Diego? Okay. Kelly Burke went to high school and was with Shanann and lives in New Orleans and was with her in April and shared a room with her. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Cosmo Bear. All right. So we know this is her friend. And Kelly living in Louisiana. So she is about an hour, right? About an hour or two ahead. So this is at 5:59 p.m. that she is sending this out. So in Chris's time, it is what, 4 p.m.? Oh my God, Chris, what's going on? Right. We can't find Shanann or the kids at all. This is around 4 p.m. Chris's time. I saw Frankie's post when I got out of work. Her car is gone? Nope. Ever is here. It's here, he says. Nope, ever. He meant to say everything is here. Oh my God, I wish I was closer to you, Chris. I'm freaking out. I can't imagine what. And then let's see what she said. She said, I can't imagine what you're going through. What did the police say? Chris says, they will file missing persons report in the AM if we don't hear anything from her. Was there any sign of the house being broken into? This is Kelly asking more questions than the questions that Chris ever asked. Not at all, he says. Was she awake when you left for work this morning? I talked to her early this morning between 4 and 5 a.m., he says. I think she went back to sleep afterward. She was still here when I left. Which, of course, is BS. And then notice the way that he says this, too. Oh, I spoke to her this morning somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. Of course, this was all a plan already. He already knew what he was going to say. And notice that he just regurgitates it. He says it to every single person that he comes across. Everyone that sends him a text message or calls him or talks to him in person, he says the same thing. I spoke to her from this time to this time. I woke up at this time. I left at 5:45. She came home at around 2 a.m. because my Vivint said. It's the same thing. He just keeps regurgitating even over text message. All right, next text message. Okay, and then the kids fell asleep afterwards. She was still here when I left with the kids. The girls were supposed to have school today? Kelly asks. I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions. I'm just so scared. She's apologizing for asking questions because her friend is missing, right? And again, it's because it does seem like she's bothering Chris. I'm sorry I'm bombarding you with so many text messages, Chris. I'm sorry. Am I disrupting your day? It's okay, says Chris. I'm scared too. Oh, I can't even imagine. I wish I was closer. Is anyone there with you? I know this is probably a dumb question, but did you call all of the area hospitals? See, the thing is that it's not a stupid question. It's not dumb at all. Except it does seem dumb because you would think, right, that the husband would do that already. Yeah, it is dumb. "Oh, I'm sorry, but, hey, have you looked into this and that?" That's what she's doing. It does seem dumb because you would assume that the husband has already done everything in their power to find his wife and children. Except it wasn't a dumb question. It wasn't dumb at all because it was a perfect question to ask him because no, he didn't. No luck at hospitals, obviously. No luck at all. Cameras? Frankie said something about a neighbor's camera facing your house? Yeah, nothing on cameras, says Chris, even though he watched himself. Was the house locked? Look at how many questions her friend Kelly is asking. Look at all the questions that she's asking. Look, the garage wasn't. Interesting. The garage wasn't locked. And the cops found nothing? Nothing at all, says Chris. Is the garage normally locked? Mostly, unless someone leaves. Huh. Interesting. Absolutely, Rox. You took the words right out of my mouth, Shelly. Exactly. Look at this. Look at the way he's answering this. And the questions that she's asking. Is the garage normally locked? Mostly, unless someone leaves. Huh. Interesting. I wonder who left. We have been here speculating, where did Nicole Kessinger come in through? The window, maybe? The bottom window over by the garage? Or maybe in the lower level? Did she leave through the garage, maybe? Or did she leave through the back window? Where did she come out of? This is really strange, right? This text message here. Then Kelly says, "How are you doing?" Chris says, "Sick to my stomach, but okay. Trying to be optimistic." He's trying to be optimistic about himself, mind you. "I'm praying so hard for everyone," says Kelly. And of course, we actually believe that she is praying. But this is Chris trying to be optimistic for himself, notice, right? He's sick to his stomach. Oh my God, my mistress isn't texting me. Nikki, Nicole, where are you? Oh, I'm so sick to my stomach. She's not replying to any of my text messages. Am I going to get caught? Oh my God. Let me just stay optimistic. That's what he's talking about. Message. At 11:14 p.m. Okay, at 11:14 p.m. So this is around what time? 9, right? Around 9 p.m. How are you doing? Hanging in there, staying busy. I can't sleep, says Kelly. I don't think I'll be able to either. I don't think I will be able to either, says the dad and husband. I'm praying really hard, Chris. Me too, says Chris. And here we go. Now we have on the 14th. Hi, what's been done today? The missing persons report should be filed now, he says. What do the police do next? Just put the reports out there and hope we get a hit. Praying so hard. Me too, Chris. And then here we get to the satisfying green text messages. This I found extremely satisfying, you guys. Anything new? Chris says on the 14th, talked to 3 different news crews. Dogs swept house for scent. I saw the news articles, says Kelly. And then on the 15th at 2 p.m. So this is 2 p.m. her time. So meaning around, 11 a.m. Colorado time. Chris didn't have his phone anymore. Hi, how are you holding up? Hello? At 8:37 p.m. So around 5 or 6 p.m. Chris's time. He was already arrested at this time. So that's why we see the green bubbles come in. I love it. But see that it's a huge difference. The questions that the friends were asking, the coworkers, and even the realtor. compared to what Chris was replying to them. Yeah, I think they just went out the back door, the slider. Fake name, and it took them 4 minutes to come back to him. So there's no way he would have called 4 hospitals and gotten information. I think I'll have a pepperoni when I get home. Yeah. But all right, those are the text messages from Kelly, and that's yeah, and those are it. So we went through all of the text messages from Kelly, the realtor, Christina, Cody Roberts, Nicole Kessinger's, and Chris's deleted text. Oh, who that was? We have Troy, and then we have Trent Bolt, and we also went through the love cards that were sent and Nicole Kessinger's calls, of course. So the last thing, and this is going to be the hardest one, I'm sure, it's going to be trying to figure out when these photos were taken. Now, obviously, the ones of the sand dunes, we know that these photos were taken around July. When was it? Here it is. So the 28th or the 29th. So we know that that's when these were taken. But what about these, for example, like this one? Where are they even at? They're taking a picture. It looks like they're overseeing, they're probably at the top of a peak or something, because you can see all of the clouds. They're very high up somewhere. Jeremy. Wasn't it Jeremy? Oh, was it Jeremy? So, yeah, these are the text messages right here. So these are from the friend on the Rockies game. I think it might be Jeremy. He never went to a Rockies game. But are these text messages from Jeremy, the his friend that he was going to babysit for, or sorry, the friend who has a daughter who babysat for Chris? This is San Luis Valley in background. This is Sand Dunes area, Twister Ground. Huh. It looks like the ocean in the background. Yeah, so there's that picture and this one as well. So this one is this the valley, because I was looking at areas. I know they were out in like Morrison. They went out to the Morrison area because they talked about it. But I don't know where this is. He asked not the Rockies. The Rockies was his alibi. Hello, Lucky. Grand Mesa. They went to camp in Moab. I live in Utah, and you're right. Okay, I was inland Lake Headwaters in Rio Grande. Yeah, because these are the pictures. I given this. We're looking at the calendar now. It all started to ramp up in July. So after Nicole Kessinger's birthday, so they were probably hiking around this time, and then they went to the sand dunes. But then after the sand dunes, they weren't really able to go out as much anymore because that's when Shanann came back. That's when Chris flew out to North Carolina. So I do believe that all of these different hiking photos, like this other one, for example, this one had to be sometime in July before the sand dunes. Yes, I have a photo with my sons. Okay. Jeremy asked Chris to go to the Broncos game instead of the Rockies game. That's what happened on the 11th. Okay. Remember, he texted Shanann. He said that we were leaving from the hike heading back down. Oh, okay. Put when Shanann announced her pregnancy. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. I think he told him he was going hiking with somebody, maybe Nick. Okay, love it, you guys. You guys have so much information. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add when Shanann announced her pregnancy. That was when did she announce her pregnancy? The ultrasound was on the 19th. So she announced it on the 11th, the day before the emails. Oh my gosh, the babysitter's parents even said that in their video interview. Who took those pictures? I can't tell if it's him or her holding the camera. Oh. Oh, I think it's Chris. I think Chris took the pictures. Yeah, he's doing it like this. Yeah, because he's got the longer arm, right? You got those long, strong arms, Chris. Take a photo of us, my love. Okay. And it looks like it's the same thing for this one too. It's him again, except it's now on this side. I'm tall and I'm strong. Let me get the picture. Of course, he makes himself look, taller. He's like, let me take it from way up here. And Nicole's getting smaller too. She's like, here, let me get tinier. Yes. All right. Here we go. Before we get distracted. Okay, let's go ahead and put the day that Shanann what is it? Yeah, the day that Shanann told everyone that she was pregnant. So that was on the 11th, right? Is that when she Let me see. Okay, so she announced it on the 11th. Okay. All right. So Shanann announces pregnancy. Okay. All right. Moab is not far from Grand Junction. How is NK so pale if she's outside all the time? Oh my God. I really don't know. That's a mystery. I mean, that's why she really liked Chris. Oh, he's brown all over, she says. He's brown all over. Okay. All right. So now that we added the pregnancy, it was announced before the email. You guys, Shanann announced the pregnancy on the 11th. The work email happened on the 12th. So Chris and Nicole Kessinger had already met that prior week, right? So he was already flirting with her. They were already playing footsie or who knows what they were doing. And then he comes home that day. Shanann announces the pregnancy, and that's why he looks the way he does, because he's already thinking about getting into Nicole Kessinger's pants. That is crazy. That is insane. This man has no shame. No shame whatsoever. Here, let's go ahead and watch that video, even though it makes me cringe every single time because I don't like watching Chris, especially the way he acts. Oh, does pink mean girl? Are we gonna have another girl? Says Chris. It's so crazy. But yeah, that video it's so hard to watch. This one. Just so that we can actually see it, right? Like this is what I like to do. I like to see it on the calendar and then see the video that goes along with it. So let's go ahead and watch this together.
I like that shirt. Really?
Really?
That's awesome. So pink means...
That's just the test.
I know. It just says the pink is gonna be girls.
I don't know. Just the test.
That's awesome. Guess when you want to, it happens.
All right. All right. Cosmo Bear said that this video was filmed in May. She did not want to post it until she was further along. He comes around the door looking like Slender Man. A lot of you think that this is staged. It does look pretty staged because of the way that he comes in. But what do we think? Do we think it's staged, or she could tell he wasn't happy about it?
We did it again.
It's that weird step that he takes, right? And it's like he walks in and he's like, "We did it again." It does seem very fake. Okay, but this video was in May. Do we think he was already talking to Nicole Kessinger then? If this video was in May and it wasn't staged, was he already talking to Nicole Kessinger? And if it was in May and it was staged, was it staged for, what is it, Facebook? He spent the day with her before this. My understanding, he just came from Nicole's place. Yeah. And see, this is where all of this evidence, all of these things that we have, this is where it gets messy, right? When was the video taken versus when did Chris meet Nicole versus when did Shanann publish this? I want to make sure that going forward that we have the right dates of things. So if it was May and we are to believe that he already met Nicole, then they didn't meet in June, right? This is what we're trying to get to here. When was this video? Was it staged? And if it wasn't, and Chris is acting this way, then he's acting this way because he already talked to Nicole Kessinger. And if it was in May, that means that they were already talking in May. So they didn't meet in June. I don't know if that's true. I'm questioning my own information. Definitely already cheating. Maybe don't say May. Okay. But see, this is the thing though, is that I have also seen May. Doing my own research, I've seen this video and I have seen that it was filmed sometime around May. But that's the thing, is we don't really know. No worries, Cosmo Bear. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Hey, I make mistakes all the time. But this is why we're doing this together, is because we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out the right information and then moving forward with it. So it's okay. But I have also seen May, so that's why I just want to make sure that we have the right time here before we move forward. Because okay, he said he wanted to try again for a boy, but when he met Nicole, he no longer cared to have another child. And in this video, you can tell he was not happy and he was dreading the thought of her being pregnant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, and this is where I do get suspicious. This is where it does seem weird, because if this did happen earlier and he's already acting the way he's acting, that means that he was already seeing Nicole Kessinger. So it is possible that they didn't meet in June. It's possible that they actually started talking somewhere in May. That's when Nicole Kessinger got hired. Didn't she get hired around May? April or May or something like that? But the thing is that Chris was a rover. We have to remember, Chris had a different position. He was a rover. He spent most of his time out in the field. When Nicole Kessinger started working at Anadarko, that is when Chris was promoted to field coordinator. So now he spent more time in the office getting paperwork and getting stuff together before he took the people out into the field. So it's possible that they probably did meet in April. They just weren't talking as much until June. But it's possible that they were already talking. They were probably already flirting. And that's why we see this type of reaction from Chris. Yeah, she would have been pregnant, shot the video in May when she was probably far enough along to know that it was a good pregnancy and then posted it in June. Okay. According to Zawoki, Chris Watts admitted that he had been with NK just before the announcement. Ugh, gross. May, June of another year, maybe 2016, if that's when he worked for Ford. Yeah. So then this video might have been filmed in May then. In the jailhouse conversation, Chris admitted he was feeling guilty and thought Shanann was waiting for him because she knew he was up. Right. Right. Oh, thank you for all your hard work. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Eric Issa. I know last time I'm like, oh, did I say your name right? Eric Issa, right? I believe Chris Watts worked for NK's dad first at the Ford dealer. That's where they all met. Yes, because 15 weeks from August 13th is closer to April, so she would have been pregnant enough to film that video in May. Right, and that's when we do it. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Eric Isa. Yeah. And right, and so this is where we have to do the math of when Shanann found out she was pregnant versus when she announced it versus when the video was made versus when it was published, right? So this is where these dates get really mixed up sometimes. But we're going to go ahead and say this was May, right? Video was filmed in May, but she didn't post it until she was further along. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with this video being in May. Okay. I'm just going to throw in there, let's just say May 23rd until we have an actual date. Let's just go ahead and say that this is when the baby video, let's just put baby video filmed. And then I'll put a little asterisk next to it just to let us know that, you know, we don't have the exact date, but it's around the same time, right? It's like around the time that the baby video was filmed. And of course, this is something that then I'll have to do research on later to see if I can find any answers. And I appreciate all you guys as well for anything that you find. All right, too much of a coincidence that she just so happened to get a job contracted to the same company after possibly stalking him since 2017. Absolutely. I think they met at the gym, working out and eating clean is all they ever talk about. Right. They're meatheads. They're both like, oh my God, being healthy is a lifestyle. That's what she tells Kevin. Being healthy is a lifestyle. No, it's not that I'm just like working out for 2 weeks. No, this is my lifestyle, okay? I do arms, I do core every day because it's a lifestyle. I'm not on a diet. No. This is just how I live. Peasant. She looks down on people who eat burgers every day. She's like, ugh, I eat chicken and carrots. I only eat burgers on my cheat meal once every other Friday. That's how they talk. Even their text messages. I want ice cream. This is going to be my cheat meal. I miss you, my sexy empanada. You are my cheat meal. Ugh. Insufferable. Insufferable. When you make your whole identity and your entire personality is around your macros and how much iron you can pump. Oh, I deadlift 250 pounds. Yeah, look at me. I'm so strong. If you do make your whole identity working out, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended you. She's apparently got more cheat meals lately. Yes, hardcore fitness. Yes. Okay, it said she posted on the 29th. I searched it. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much, Jerry. I love you guys. Okay, when was it? Sorry. Okay, it was on the 29th. Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks for looking that up for us. All right. So the baby video was actually filmed on the 29th. The Facebook post of the pregnancy was the 29th. Awesome. Love it. Perfect. Thank you so much, Jerry. Okay. So look at that. So the baby video was filmed on the 29th. Chris Watts and NK met that week later, but this is how he's acting? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. They met way before that. Let's go ahead and watch this just one more time, whether it's staged or what. Let's go ahead and watch it.
We did it again. I like that shirt. Really?
Really?
That's awesome. So pink means,
That's just the test.
I know, it just says the pink is gonna be girls.
I don't know. Just the test.
That's awesome. Guess when you want to, it happens.
He wasn't happy. Yeah. Mm. Chris was definitely talking to Nicole Kessinger before this, before June. This is definitely, yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry, I gave wrong info. I thought it was June 11th. When for which one? Yeah, Chris isn't smart enough to stage a video. I don't think he is. This is clear disappointment. And as someone mentioned earlier, I don't know who it was in the chat. Someone said that it's probably Chris walking in and he thought that Shanann already knew that he was talking to someone. It's almost as if he's expecting Shanann to already know that he's cheating. That's the reaction I'm getting from Chris here.
We did it again.
He's walking over like Frankenstein. Oh, we did it again. Again, I think he was shocked because I think he thought he was about to get caught. So in my opinion, they met before June. I think June is too late. They were probably talking way before that. What do you guys think? He definitely wasn't happy here. Exactly. Guess when you want it to, yeah, guess when you want it to, it happens. Oh no. Yeah, he did ask for a baby, and then Shanann's like, "Hey, we did it again." And he's like, "Oh, crap. I already have a girlfriend at work. I already have someone who I would rather spend the rest of my life with." I think that relationship has more potential given the research that I've done. Per my own research, Dr. Christopher Watts, MD, PhD, I've done my own research and I'm already interpersonally disappointed. This is how I know I'm an expert. Ugh. Aw, thank you, Lucky. Thank you so much. I love your videos. I'm proud of the hard work you put into the videos. Aw, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. When I'm putting this together, sometimes I'm like, I hope that this makes sense to you. I really do. I really try my very best to make as much sense as possible. Sometimes I'm just like yapping, right? I'm like, "Oh, I hope I'm not just yapping here." Um, I hope that you guys make sense of what I'm doing here, and that it does make sense for you guys. I don't know. I have a ADHD brain. This is how my brain works, and I do this on my own. Like I said, I do this on my own. And every time I present to you guys, I always do get nervous because I hope that you guys understand what I'm presenting it. And then I hope that it's done in an organized way and not in the way where you're like, what in the world is happening here? Right. Because I still want to make it educational, informational, and also entertaining. And so, I'm just juggling a lot of things here. And so I really do appreciate you guys. I'm so glad that you still like my live streams, even though for me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm all over the place. Aw, thank you so much. Yeah, because I do sometimes feel like I'm all over the place. Because I get an idea or I'll see a chat and then I go down that rabbit hole and I'm like, oh wait, let's go back. Hold on. Let's reel it back. Let's go back to our original idea. So I do love that. I love that you guys keep me sane. Aw. ADHD, really? Yeah. Okay. So what do we think? So with that video, with this very last one, and obviously knowing that Chris did not care at all, right? Here we have this one, relationship deterioration. Knowing that we have all this information, I'm more willing to believe now that Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts met earlier than June, but they didn't actually start talking until Chris became a coordinator, which was around June. And that's when he started having more time in the office. When he spent more time in the office, he was then having more time to talk to Nicole Kessinger. And I think that's when she decided to jump on it. And of course, he did too. He's like, oh, look, a girl is showing me attention. Oh my God. No one has ever shown me attention. It's always been me going after them. So now that there's this girl, oh my God, look, she's flipping her hair at me. She gave me a gift card. Oh, she must think I'm cute. That's when he started going after her as well. Oh, no, I'm not going to play the video. I will not play it again. No, no, no. No, I just put these up here just kind of as a comparison. I just wanted to add these 2 videos up here to kind of get an idea of how Chris viewed relationships, how he viewed the relationship with Shanann, and if he already was interpersonally, what is it, disappointed or unsatisfied, then it's possible that by this time he was already thinking about another relationship. And so, therefore, it means that they weren't talking in June and they actually started talking way before that. Yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I always thought in my head that sounds like they've been talking for a while because it was down in the basement having conversations with her when Shanann was home. And it was before May even. Yes, Bob. Yeah, I agree. I guess, yeah, we might never know the exact date that they actually, met and started talking, but I think it's starting to be May. Here, let's just go ahead. I'm gonna just add in here with an asterisk, just put in here possibly, right? NK Chris Watts possibly meet. But they don't start talking until June, right? So they saw each other. They're like, oh, there's the guy that Danielle's cousin was talking to. I wonder if I can get him to like me, right? Whether or not you want to believe that theory, right? Or whatever. Oh, there's the guy that I saw at the gym. I'm going to go talk to him. And she set her eyes and her target on Chris Watts. First emails between them. Yes. So the first emails were here on the 12th. I think that they definitely met and they were already talking. She was stalking Chris Watts longer than that. Maybe met at the gym. Yeah. If you contracted through a third party, doesn't work that way. Where are all the other home cameras footage before and after? In your community chat, there's a thread and someone doesn't think NK Googled Shanann after January 18? Oh, really? She got home and did a hex on him. Regarding the cameras, I did want to show just one thing here. This is from Cosmo Bear. Thank you so much, Cosmo Bear. Cosmo posted this on the community board. I thought this was very interesting just as a way to see where the cameras would have been had cameras been set up that morning. This is the Chris Watts house. This is neighbor Nate's house. So notice how, because of the way that the homes are built, the camera was very clearly pointing to the tree. Now, instead of this house, had this house been here, right? If you swap them, then the camera from this house could have clearly looked into Chris Watts. But unfortunately, we ended up with this house here that didn't have a camera. And if they did, this camera is literally just pointing this way, right? Out this way, because you have this part that is sticking out of the house. So then the only way to have a camera would be to put it on the side of the house, right? On the side of the wall. And fortunately, because this home was built the way it was and Nate actually had a camera, luckily we were able to capture that one footage, but unfortunately, the tree was in the way. So even if these homes here actually got camera footage, it was not going to go all the way into the Watts residence. We were not going to be able to see anything. So unfortunately, this is what we ended up with. We have the trees to blame. Now we have even the home builders, right? Home builder companies. Who built these homes out here? Who do we have to, what is it? DR Horton? Should we blame DR Horton? America's homemaker. Should we blame them for building the homes the way that they did? Look at this. Had this house, you guys, had this house, if this house had just been here, different story. Completely different story. What a shame. But thank you so much, Cosmo Bear. Thank you so much for putting this together. I love this. And hey, this is the work that we're doing here. We're all trying to figure out every corner, every possible angle from this case. It's the obsession, you guys. We're obsessed. I don't care. Call me crazy. Call me obsessed. People are like, you need to leave the house. You need to get some sunlight. You're starting to look like Nicole Kessinger. You're pale, right? That's what my friends tell me. Get out of the house. You're looking way too much into this true crime stuff. It's messing with your brain, Rocks. I'm like, you guys are insane. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. They tell me, "You're pale." I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I have lights. There's lights facing me right now." Yeah. It's burning my retinas. I'm getting my retinas tanned. Is that okay? Aw. Bye, Cosmo Bear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But, I mean, that's really all I have for you guys. We went through the remaining text messages. I know we still have Cassie's text messages to go through, but, as far as the text messages that we have that we were gonna look through today, we got through all of them. We got through all of them, and then we added whatever we needed to add to our calendar here. So we added the baby video when it was filmed, and we also added Shanann's pregnancy announcement, which I think is very important, and the ultrasound as well, and obviously the Troy text fire. We also have that on there, but yeah, I think we made a lot of progress today, you guys. I hope that this made sense. I know this one was a little, for me at least, I think that the way that I did it, and because I was getting freaked out with those, telling me that my live stream wasn't working. I hope that it made sense. I hope that it wasn't all convoluted and whatnot, but we went through all the text messages. Let me know if there's anything else that we're missing. We're going to keep going through the remainder of the videos and trying to see if we can match any other things that might pop up. So we're not quite done with the Kessinger files yet because the discovery still has a lot of information left. Tons of information left that we need to look through. So, yeah, let me know what you all think. And any other information you have, go ahead and drop it off in the community board. If you don't know how to get there, it's on my page. So if you go to the YouTube page like you normally would, you click on posts and then you'll see the community post. You'll see everything that other subscribers and everyone else in the community has posted. You can add your thoughts, pictures, anything that you want there, and I'll take a look at it. I try to I try to go into the community post every day, but sometimes I forget. Um, no, we're not done, rocks. But yeah, I try my very best to check. And then as well as my Instagram. My Instagram, I will let you know, my Instagram is being a little weird. I haven't been able to quite log into it for a while, and I've been having issues with just Meta itself. So, I will be fixing that as well, and I'll be getting back on Instagram here soon once it's up and running. And then very lastly, I want to do another sticker giveaway, you guys. Last time we had all of our winners got all of their stickers. Thanks for letting me know that you got your stickers on Instagram. I'm so glad you all got them. And yeah, I want to do another sticker giveaway at 10,000 subscribers, guys. So yeah, if you want to be part of the sticker giveaway, go ahead and head over to my Instagram account and just follow. Yeah, all you have to do is follow. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to do another raffle, or what is it? Another giveaway, and we'll pick out another six between six or eight people to win some stickers here. So, yeah, I'm excited to do that, and also excited to be making t-shirts and other stuff. So, that is also in the works. Does that apply to the UK too, Rocks? Yes, yes it does. Last time we had two winners from Australia, and then I had two other winners from Canada. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter where you are, any one of you guys can enter the sticker giveaway. No matter where, I will send those stickers wherever you are. Hey, wherever you are. Last time, yeah, last time we were able to send all those stickers out, and it was great. Everyone got them. Hey, Connie, see ya. Until next time. I don't know your Instagram though. So Instagram is Rabbit Hole Rocks. So it's the same name as the YouTube channel. It's at Rabbit Hole Rocks on Instagram. Yeah, all you have to do is just follow my page. You go ahead and just follow it. Yeah, just follow it. I keep posting so I'll post my videos and the basically anything that I have going on in the day, whether I'm filming new videos or not. All of that you have on Instagram, and I will start to post other stuff there too. Aw, thank you. Meds in 10 minutes, guys. Hey guys, everybody get ready for your meds. Line up. Everyone, line up. Get your straight jackets. Hey, at least we all stay warm. We all stay warm, cuddling up. Hey, girl, you're getting your meds? Me too. Can we keep going for another hour? Aw, I would love to, guys. I do. I have another video to make. I do have to edit a few videos today. I have one video to film and one video to edit and publish. So I would love to stay, but unfortunately, I have some videos to make for you guys. Unfortunately, but fortunately, right? Yeah, I really need to take my meds. Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Again, thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for joining today's live. And I appreciate all of your guys' support. Thank you so much for the love that you show on my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers, my members, and my moderators. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you. Aw, thanks, Tommy's girl. Yeah. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if you have any more details, any more information to give. Go ahead and drop that in the community, in our community board. Thank you all. Love you all so much. I will see you again on Friday. I'll see you guys again on Friday. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.